Hey everybody, my name is Skye. This is Marabella. This is Miranda. We are doing the USA Raw Vegan Party, and the theme today is breakfast. We are raw and high raw. So welcome, ladies.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, it's so good to have you. So I'm very excited. So for me, this is breakfast, but even for me, usually I do end up eating, but I don't know. We'll see if I end up eating today. But I bought food, but I will bring you ladies up to share what you made for your breakfast theme, even though what time is it for you guys?
It's 5 here.
And it's 2 in the afternoon here. So it's actually perfect time to eat for me right now.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Well, let's bring you up, Marabella.
Well, I brought this delicious green juice smoothie. I have at least one of these a day. This is full of goodness. I make it, and then if I am on the run, it's with me all day. So I have something. I usually typically I won't eat until maybe about this time for my first meal. I'll intermittent fast, but if I have an exercise class, I will have a little bit of this, and then I'll have it after my exercise class. So it's made with it's green juice, which I make every day, or every day, every other day, or sometimes every once in a while I'll buy it. But it's full of it has spinach, greens, lemon, cilantro, spinach, cucumber, apple, zucchini, sometimes bok choy if I want it to be more cleansing, and sometimes jalapeno. And then in a blender, it goes with so some juice, and then in a blender, it goes with frozen mango, banana, pineapple. It has I put a little extra apple in it today, lettuce, spinach, and then flaxseed. Sometimes I'll do a little bit. I'm trying a little bit of creatine for after my workouts, and spirulina, and then a little bit of protein, which is sunflower and pumpkin seed. And then to make it thick, because I like it to be a thicker consistency. Oh, and did I mention ground flaxseed? But to make it thicker, I like to put avocado. I love the creamy texture with the avocado, and it just goes down super smooth. Oh, and some extra spirulina too, and some I've been using lately Garden of Life superfood greens powder. So I put that in there too. So it's just chock full of goodness. It makes me feel really energetic, really energized. I feel great, and I feel full until like my meal. My probably I would have this, and then have like a couple hours later, 3 hours later, whatever, a salad, a great big salad. So this is my green goddess green smoothie.
I love that. I love that so much. I also never thought about doing a juice and having, let me just bring you back down to center here if I can do that. A juice and then putting the smoothie. How do we do this? Hang on. Let me see if I can. Sorry, I'm struggling today, obviously. Oh, there we are. I wasn't struggling. The computer was struggling. I've never thought about doing a juice and then adding all of those beautiful superfoods. That would be even more digestible, right?
Yes, super digestible. It's just from the second that you drink it, I feel all my cells are so happy, and I feel energized, and it's a mood booster. So great. Yes, very digestible.
I love that. Can I ask how long you've been doing creatine?
Just recently, maybe the last month.
Have you noticed any differences?
I started to use it for my brain and for like after workout pick me ups. And yes, actually, I feel sharper already. My skin feels softer. Yes, I've noticed in the month's time.
Yeah, that's the only supplement I've thought recently of trying to add in. So possibly you might have motivated me.
Oh,
yeah. Yay. Okay, Miranda.
All right. So I have a pretty not common, but what's the word? I can't think of words either. staple breakfast for me today. Orange juice, always. I was gonna juice carrots, but I didn't have time. But I do normally add carrot juice and orange juice together, which I love that combination. Sometimes I do lemon in it well. And then I have a berry cream boost smoothie bowl.
Wow.
Like this, okay? And what's in it here? The base is coconut milk, a little bit of peanut butter, vanilla, frozen banana, frozen blueberries, and strawberries. And then the fresh raspberries with flax seeds, chia seeds, a little more peanut butter, and coconut flakes.
Wow, that looks
It looks
so
amazing.
delicious.
It's really good. The coconut milk makes it so creamy. I used a whole entire can. Well, I actually made one for my fiance and I. So I used a whole can of coconut milk, like you just get at the store. But it's a good brand. It's like the native brand or whatever. And it's so good. And it's like just coconut milk, which is nice. So it makes it so nice and creamy. And I love the flavor of like coconut, banana, berry. It's so good. So I'm excited.
Yay, it looks amazing. So welcome, Kiko.
Kiko.
Hi, Kiko.
Hi, I'm sorry, I'm late. Hi, everyone. Miranda, I just missed it. It looks so good.
So the base is coconut milk with some peanut butter, vanilla, frozen bananas, frozen blueberries, and frozen strawberries, and then I did fresh raspberries with chia seeds, flax seeds, peanut butter, and coconut flakes.
That's great. You can still find the fresh raspberry.
Yeah, every grocery store around me has fresh raspberries all year round.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, we do too.
We do too.
Oh, wow. Yeah, raspberry is not the thing here in Japan, so.
Yeah, I love them. They're like my favorite berry, so I always have them. Not always, but a lot.
Raspberry beret.
I love that song.
I do love raspberries. So this time of the year, raspberries are really cheap in Australia because they're in season. This is like berry season now. But yeah, we have them all year round. They just change in price.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I just wanted to say hi to Terrence. Hey, Koala Mama. And she said she loves creatine as well. We'll talk about creatine because Marabella is trying it and I'm thinking of trying it. And Koala Mama has said she loves it. It gives her lots of energy for her brains and muscles. Oh, wow. She went for a walk today and saw raspberries sticking out of the snow.
Oh, my gosh.
Love that.
That's amazing.
That's a great day.
Wow.
I think that's like frozen raspberries. Just put them straight in the smoothie.
I love wild berries. We have wild raspberries and wild blackberries. And they're so good. I've never seen them in a cold time though.
I haven't either.
Well, they're survivor berries. They're out there doing their thing. Okay, welcome, Kiko. Let me bring you up. You can show us what you're having.
I have nothing today. I just literally woke up half an hour ago. So, well, okay. This is
something.
That's not nothing.
Can you guess what? Because I just woke up and I want to hydrate.
Grapefruit.
No, it's not.
What?
Oh, guava? What would guava? No, that's not.
Passion fruit. No, that's not passion fruit.
No.
Raspberry.
So I just posted on yesterday's story.
Oh, watermelon. I saw it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I like.
Oh, rind. Watermelon rind.
Yeah. So exactly. So I usually like to keep it for my, gazpacho. I always keep the watermelon rind in my freezer, and it's not, it's in autumn now in Japan, so it's getting cold, and I don't feel like having gazpacho, but it was taking a lot of space in my deep freezer. So I just I just let it thaw, and I realized that water itself is very sweet. So I was gonna make something out of it, but just watermelon rind juice was very sweet. So that's what I'm having. And I look at this color. It's beautiful.
It is
Beautiful.
beautiful. So you don't juice the green part of it. You cut off the green.
Right. So maybe I can show you the photo that
I did.
took.
I can bring the photo up if you like. I can move across into
Okay.
Instagram. There's no music on it, is there?
I
Not
don't
that
think
really
I put any music. Yeah, so
Let me
it's just that. Yeah,
Kiko.
if you can bring it.
Yeah, I'll just bring it up because you did a post. I saw that.
Right.
You just went to bed.
Yeah, I was gonna mix it with dates because
Yeah, hang on.
I don't maybe during the summertime I remember it not being too sweet, so I was gonna mix it with dates, but when I tried it yesterday, yeah, thank you, Skye.
It's all right.
So this was just the water that's when you defrost or thaw the watermelon rind, there's just water coming out, right? And then the rest of it, the fiber, there's still a lot of water content. So yeah, I just mixed it Vitamix. Bless you, Skye.
Thank you.
It's
I
so good.
link.
I love coconut water. Bless you. Yeah.
Bless you.
So
Need lots of blessings today.
So this is excellent. Like I can so replace the coconut water. This is so hydrating. So,
Interesting.
Hmm.
Hang on.
Bless you.
I
Did
see.
you hear that? I thought I muted. How did that get through? I thought I pushed mute. Obviously not quick enough.
so, I mean, I could mix something else, but I just love the taste as it is. So yeah, I I highly recommend you doing it. It's just so simple. Just put it in the deep freezer. And because it's been few months already, maybe it just, the flavor is it's more intense. And I feel it's much sweeter than when I tasted it during summertime. So,
Yeah.
I'm wondering how bitter because I've had it before, but I left the green on, and I'm wondering how bitter the actual outside of the skin is and made the juice. Also, it made it like really murky. So like, I feel like with juices and raw food is you're really attracted to eat what we were designed to eat, like the food to look good. And it came out like mud water. And I was like, I had someone, I was like, it looks gross, it doesn't taste great. But this has inspired me because now I see you've taken that off.
yeah. Well, yeah, the green part is it's lots of fiber, and it might take, yeah, it's a lot more work. I think it's gonna look nice as a color, but I've never added the green part. Maybe if I cultivate my own watermelon, I might use the whole thing. But the store bought, I'm not inspired to use the green part. But this is super good.
It looks good.
So delicious. I've been craving watermelon. It's out of season here though. But I want
Wow. It's funny. It's definitely out of season here in Japan as well. But the other day I saw a watermelon. So there are some parts of Japan that they still sell it. But I make sure that I don't drink this at night because, it makes you go pee.
All the
Oh
potassium.
Yeah.
yes.
Flushes all the water out of you.
Wow. Good to remember. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah. So this is definitely great for after workout when you want to cool down. To hydrate as well. So nothing but just watermelon brain that you usually throw away. It's just it just takes a little bit more space in the deep freezer. I was using two fresh during the summertime because I wanted to store a lot of stuff in the fridge. But during the winter time, it's cool enough that I only use this one. Another one is in the storage, but yeah, so just to
So
keep it
do
up.
you have, you mentioned that you saw the watermelon recently and that's how you made it, but do you get watermelons and store them too for the
Uh,
winter?
no, I don't. Just the watermelon rind. I put
Oh,
in the deep freezer. I don't. Yeah, for some reason, I don't usually feel good when I eat too much watermelon. So I don't. Yeah, I used to buy the whole watermelon before,
yeah.
and yeah, I usually feel a bit off because when you buy the whole watermelon, you just want to finish it all.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, um yeah the besides gazpacho use, this is another way of using it, and it's just very easy. Even like you don't even have to have a blender when you freeze it, and when you just let it sit in a glass container, and the water just comes out. And that,
Wow.
and then that water is so good,
Oh,
so
Mm.
sweet.
It sounds good.
and you're really getting the most of the watermelon that you possibly can.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, if you want, you can just squeeze it with your hand. You don't have to run it in the Vitamix.
Oh,
Mm.
So
Don't people cook the rind?
I've heard that.
Some people
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I know like people cook the watermelon to make it like tuna, and I've done that in the dehydrator, like marinated it. But I saw people actually do cook the rind as well.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, well, I eat raw food only, so that's not going to be me. But like, are those people out there might want to like, I don't know, have a chat with Chat GTP if you cook and want to.
Yeah, I
do that.
always feel bad. I never use the rind for anything. So I'm always like, I feel so wasteful. Like I have so much of this green rind that I sometimes collect and then give to my mom because she is a compost bin. But I still feel like, is there something I can use this for? But I have so much sometimes in the summertime. I'm like, oh, what can I do with this? We used to have, or my parents used to have chickens, and they would eat the rind of chickens.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's
I
great.
think I've seen that as well.
They would eat so many like random things that like are like
Oh.
decomposable, like obviously, but yeah. Green juice, nice.
Yes, I'm just topping up my green juice here because I've got a few things going on here. I'll show you what I usually do for breakfast. And then I've got a smoothie bowl. Well, I made my peanut butter acai bowl with choc fudge pieces, but I'm not going to eat this right now because it's just a bit early for me. So let me bring me up. There's me. Hey, everybody. Okay, so I usually have in the mornings, I'll have like a matcha and I'll also have a green juice. That's usually what I do at the start of the day. This is at the moment just celery and cucumber, just because that's nice and refreshing. Now, as for what I make this often and I usually eat this more around lunchtime. And it is, if you were just on my previous live, I made it, but I've made it before. And that is here. So, There. Okay, so underneath, I might get a spoon to show you, but on top you can see there's choc fudge pieces, and I've made that. That's just my chocolate truffle. You could do my donut recipe and rip that up as well. And that's raw oats, medjool dates. I think there's some chia, macadamia or peanut. I think this one has peanut, cacao. Brazil nuts for the day, 1 or 2, just chopped up. More chia seeds, can never get enough chia. Banana, and then underneath there's a whole lot. I've been doing, I didn't used to do this, but I find it's really helps me. And that is, I will put, there's sugar-free acai in there. There's banana. There's chia seed. There's maca powder. There's peanut protein and hemp protein. There is, you can also sweeten it with more dates. And sometimes I drop depending on how I feel. I have some, it's not that I need them, they're just in my cupboard. So I've bought in the past to help me with some of my health things going on. L-tyrosine, which helps with ADHD, and L-glutamine, I think that's another one, which is supposed to help with your gut. And so I just have those. And sometimes I put those in as well. And it's just like, it's like thick too, because there's a bit of chia seed in it. And yeah, that's, I sometimes have, it's kind of, actually, to be honest, Miranda, you inspired me a lot to just get a bowl and just put lots of things going on in there.
Oh, yay.
Like just, which does help me. It's just, I think, a bit of a shift, because I was doing things quite lightly with like more juices and salads, but it is, I find I do better if I make sure my body is getting everything it needs. And, you know, I am missing a few organs there, and I am 45, almost 45 next year. So I want to make sure I'm getting everything. So, yeah. But yeah, there may be, I may try the creatine. I've seen amazing things for especially menopausal women with the brain. And that, so that may be going in there. But I actually made this one. My mum's going to drive past soon or later, soon-ish, and pick up a bowl of it. So I said she can have the first bowl of the day. I've got, I might make another one later on, but I have been really enjoying that. I actually think I will start putting more greens possibly in it, or maybe even, well, I have green juice. It's just sometimes I don't put a lot of like fresh greens in it because I feel very stripped. I guess it's very cleansing, right? So I find when I do like just a couple of veggies in the juice, I do better. When I start putting a lot of greens, I can feel very stripped. So yeah, let's yeah. Now, there was a question. London Brown has said, hey, ladies, question. How long did it take for each of you to transition to a raw food diet from cooked? Marabella, do you want to?
Yeah, I'm high raw, so I still do have some cooked, but my first 2 years, I went strictly raw, and I woke up one morning and I just did it. I know people say don't do it that way, but that's what I did. I went completely raw. I started with green juice. So that was in 2022, and now I'm high raw in 2025.
Nice. Miranda.
So I was vegetarian for like some years, and then I went vegan, like regular vegan, and then I was like that for maybe like 2.5 years again, and then I did a lot of like research and just like kind of trial and error with my body, and just like listening to, you know, what we are designed to eat primarily is lots of fruits and vegetables, grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes, some legumes, but I am also high raw, so I basically do almost all fruits and greens, nuts, and seeds during the day. And then like at night I do a cooked dinner, mostly like potatoes or rice or something. But it took me about a year to really, maybe like 8 months, about 6 to 8 months to really kind of like solidify a routine and like know what I need to get. Because at the beginning, I did a lot like of smoothies that weren't as big, or like smoothie bowls that were really small. So I definitely wasn't getting enough. So I just had to eat more color, eat more fruits and veggies. But yeah, just take it one day at a time. You know, there's no rush.
Exactly. Kiko, what about you?
So I have been high raw for over 21 years, and there were a time that I was dedicating, fully raw. And I think it's especially in the beginning, I wanted to be 100% raw all for the rest of my life. But then I realized that, uh, I don't know, for many reasons, um, it wasn't, it wasn't working. And my goal is not to be 100% raw. My goal is to feel great all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm adjusting all the time to feel how I feel. So I'm high raw. But I do go through, some phase in these 21 years, fully raw. Or,
Thank you.
yeah,
Okay.
Skye,
Yep.
I do have questions though for what you have prepared. So you,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I saw bananas, but I thought banana was a huge no-no for you.
It is. So usually when I make it, I can get away with having half to one small banana, but that one is for my mum. So I will usually top mine with blueberries, and I try. It's a fine line, because when I find I sweeten anything that has fat in it with dates, I seem to end up with problems. And when I say problems, I mean if I keep doing it, within about a week's time, I end up with something like cellulite. I'm not good. If I want to do fats, the fats cannot be with high sugar, no matter how much fiber. And it's interesting is I can do like meals with fruit, but green juice has to be around that, and then just lower fat that day if I've done fruit. But that bowl's for my mum, so there is banana in it, and then I topped hers with some banana. But I am really not good with bananas. I can get away with like one. But in truth, I'd probably use blueberries. I've only done like one or two this past week, and that's okay. But if I'd started doing it every day, I couldn't do. Good question. I couldn't do that much banana. It's like my one food, which is just I'm not great with a lot of.
Interesting. And you've mentioned about matcha. So I don't drink matcha, but um, in Japan, let me show you. Like, so we have in Japanese grocery stores, you can find this greens powder. So this is just basically kale, like organic kale powder, which I use when I was traveling with my client. Sometimes I wasn't getting a good green, like fresh greens, so I will just use this as as a base of my green smoothies. And the other thing that they sell here in Japan is green tea powder. So sometimes they would have a stick just like this, and they would have green tea and added matcha. Because green tea and matcha is a different thing here in Japan. So anyway,
Yeah, here it's just concentrated. So here, like green tea or the tea leaves is exactly the same as the matcha. It's just been concentrated. It's like the actual ingredient isn't different. Is it different from that in Japan?
Yeah, so the ingredient is the same. It's just a different way of cultivating it. So like matcha has to be covered in dark to cultivate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but green tea does not. They don't cover. So yeah, matcha if they are exposed to sun, it becomes way too bitter. And matcha has to matcha making is a lot more sophisticated, and they have to it's a lot more work.
Sure.
But yeah, so anyway, what I wanted to say is that because I'm used to with that green tea powder form, and I've realized that it tastes pretty much the same. So when I add a lot of greens in my green smoothies, it tastes kind of like matcha. Have you noticed that, Skye?
Sure. So, okay. So let's talk on matcha for a second. So everything I put in has a very specific purpose. what I noticed is, so you have to understand, I was on stimulants for 15 years. Like I was on ADHD medication. I think I was getting through days on caffeine when I was sick. And what other stimulants? Well, they also have me on SSRIs, which have a stimulant effect on the body. And what I noticed, even when I look at photos when I was doing all fruit, is how much fluid I hold. If I have a little bit of salt, I hold a lot of fluid. And a lot of what I do now is anti-aging, as in like I do it to feel younger, feel youthful, help my body along. And I noticed that by including the green tea, is my body functions at a higher capacity than if I don't, and it hasn't got enough side effects. So if I have coffee or cacao, I find there's especially the histamine issue, and I can find it's heavier in my system. But green tea generally has more positive effects for my body than negative. And in my case, I just think it's that my body ran, I say 15 years on stimulants for ADHD, but also 20 years on SSRIs. And, I just feel like my body struggles a lot. And anytime I try any stimulating herbs, which are really no different, if you're going to stimulate the adrenals, whether that's a herb or whether that is matcha, you are still overstimulating. So, but I have a mast cell activation response to herbs in my system. And so that didn't work. So when I have matcha, it's not so much about taste. I do enjoy the taste, actually, very much so. But it's more about it's functional. I'm finding I'm in my era of all the things like maca powder, and having a bit of protein powder are all very functionally helping me. And it's like when I talk about how I went raw, it's a very slow process. Like, because if you do too much, you feel it feels heavy in the system, especially mine with so many missing organs. But yeah, no, I have a very specific purpose for matcha, and that is that it sits alongside and helps me. It just helps my body.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate that you share in detail. And then maca powder. So I started adding maca powder recently as well, because Lisa mentioned how it helps premenopause and going into menopause. And when I was living in Costa Rica, I was using a lot of maca powder because it was very easily available everywhere. But I never really liked the taste, and I never really felt any difference. And so I'm curious, what do you guys use maca powder for? I have a hard time, finding the perfect balance. What I use for now is I maca powder with a bit of cacao powder and dates, and then that cacao powder does mask the maca powder taste for me. So that's what I do. How do you guys eat maca powder?
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk on your experience with maca?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just go.
Go ahead.
I had a phase with that a few months ago. I don't use it as much as I used to, just because you kind of go in and out of things.
Yeah.
But during the summertime, like this past summer, I used it almost every day in my smoothies. Mostly in my smoothies, or you can make it with like a vegan cheesecake. You can put it in like the crust, like with dates, like almond flour and like maca powder. It kind of has kind of like a nutty-ish taste that goes really well with like berries. I have a smoothie in one of my recipes, a strawberry cheesecake smoothie, and I do dates, coconut milk, maca powder, vanilla, and strawberries. And I used to make that smoothie like every day. And I don't know, I just really like the flavor of like the coconut, maca, and like berries together. And I bet that the cocoa or like the cacao powder would probably go really well with the maca. I don't personally use cocoa powder. Um, I'm not that big of a fan of carob powder. I've tried many times to like. If you guys have any suggestions about carob powder later as well, I'd be open to hear that too. But maca in smoothies, maca in like green smoothies, I find to be really good as well, because like the bitterness of like the greens and the semi bitterness of the maca with like mango or pineapple. I don't know. I feel like that goes well. You kind of have to do the opposite, like flavor of the maca is like sweet and hydrating, and then like the maca is kind of nutty and bitter. So I feel like opposites attract in this sense. What do we guess?
Yeah, I just got out of this is maca powder. And yeah, it's very nutty. It's very nutty, but yeah, the best I have found is mixing it with dates, and but I have to have it aside. You know, I want to make it into incorporate with some greens, like because I want to sneak greens in everything nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marabella. Yeah, sorry, Miranda.
Yes. Oh, before I go into maca, did you mention that you have powdered kale?
Yeah.
I saw that at a grocery store here, and I was going to try it. Do you put that in your smoothies?
Yeah, I put it in my smoothies. I also put it in my sweets nowadays. So like when I make the desserts for my husband, so dates, chia seeds, and I add that green powder. He doesn't notice it. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
I want to try that. I might get
And
some.
sometimes I do. Yeah, sometimes I do sneak in the maca powder. Apparently, maca powder is excellent in the morning. It's like a happy,
Yeah.
makes your body warm up also, and it makes you feel really energetic. So I try to incorporate in the more in my smoothies, but when I add it in my green smoothie, it kind of, I don't know, I can taste maca powder that I don't really like. And I already have a lot going on in my green smoothies, so
It's a very strong, very acquired taste. I think I used to not like it either, but I used to drink matcha all the time, let me just say. And I had I went to this one cafe and I got a maca matcha latte, and I never heard of maca. I'm like, what's up?
Oh.
Did they misspell matcha? Like maca matcha? And I got it, and it was sweetened with like maple syrup and stuff. I'm like, this is weirdly good. Like I was like, this is kind of weirdly good. And then I got maca, and then I kind of just dumped it in my smoothie, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so strong. So you gotta kind of find your way with that one. It's pretty strong.
Yeah. So I serve it in my cafe. I'm sorry, Marabella. I'm gonna let you talk after this.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah. One of my regular guy who comes to my cafe, he just, when I served him, he just fell in love, and he was feeling down. He wasn't, he was feeling sad, and yeah, he felt the immediate effect on maca powder that I ended up sharing him a lot. And he said that ever since he's been taking this maca powder every morning, and he says it's a happy powder. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. I feel happy after I've had it in general. So like I will actually, it's not the same as like a stimulant. There's just this general happiness I get from it. And I just want to, sorry, before we go on, that Daniel McKinnon used to crumb his veggies before he like dehydrated to make like crumbed veggies with the maca powder. I assume he used other things as well, but just I thought I'd put that out there, that because it does have like a nutty taste. And then you were talking coconut, and I imagine he uses a lot of like coconut flour or dried coconut. So that would be like a nice, with some fresh herbs, so that I thought I'd grab. What did you just have?
What are you having?
Whatever you had, I don't want.
I just had a maca powder on its own. Oh
no, that's where I was trying to get used to it like that too.
In the beginning, it's very nice. Like the first taste is very sweet and nutty, and then after that, there's like a bitter taste. So very nice, sweet and nutty, and it has a very negative feeling after that, and then the ending note is very nice again. So it's kind of
I know
It's
exactly
going
what you
full
mean.
circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm, yeah.
Yeah, but I can see this goes really well with coconut meat.
Yeah. Try it out.
Yeah.
You get-
Sorry, so Marabella, how do you
Oh,
eat?
yeah. So I forget I have it. I've put it in smoothies, and like everyone was saying, I didn't really like it. I could taste it really strongly in the smoothie,
Mhm.
but I put it in my cacao. So I used cashew, cacao, maca,
Mhm.
and I think I added like the dried mushrooms and maple syrup, and it was really good, like really good. And I did feel really happy, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
And then I have matcha too. I've never put it in the matcha, but I've tried matcha in the cacao, which is kind of odd to me, but
Yeah.
Matcha in the cacao. Oh,
that
okay.
makes so good. But maca in the cacao was really good.
Maca matcha coconut latte. I feel like
Oh my
would be a
God.
very good combination.
That sounds like
That's a
you
lot
need to
more
be on raw foods to
A
pronounce that.
little- I don't do well. I don't really do so well with caffeine, like in general. So if I have any caffeine, it's like green tea. You know, like
Yeah.
I used to have matcha. Like what I used to drink coffee every day, and then I stopped drinking coffee, and then I started drinking matcha, and then after a while, I stopped drinking it because I kind of felt like a little anxious. You know, like drinking it too much. So I think like do you guys know like the moringa powder?
Yes, I've heard of
Yeah,
that.
that comes up a lot. Like
Mhm.
I would have to say that I always feel like I need to go and buy the moringa powder because
Oh my gosh, this is
Moringa.
like
lads and chads,
this
everyone just does not stop talking about it.
so it's
It's
a
Wow.
Yeah,
protein or
moringa
iron.
powder.
It's one of them.
it's a very it has basically all the vitamins and minerals we really would need in a powder form. And it's kind of it's a plant that's powderized, and you can grow it here like in Florida and stuff. And it kind of it has a spinachy kale kind of taste, but you can kind of make it into what you want. But it's really good for your hair. It's really good for your skin. It's high in iron and phosphorus and basically all the minerals that we need. But
Yeah, it's a complete protein. Well, I know that's a very ambiguous thing to say, but it's got
Yeah.
all the non-essential amino acids that the body needs. So it's like because a lot of people bring that up. I see it so much. It's crazy.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
my mom got me into it. I got a little bit. I have a small bag like right now, but she has like a 2-pound bag of this stuff. It's like holy crap. But it's a very good herb. And also another thing about maca is it's called an aptogenic herb. So it actually does uplift our mood, help us absorb vitamins, vitamin D, which is responsible for like the serotonin production as well. So it's like all these things that we are eating, it does have a purpose. Not only is it enjoyable, but it
Sure.
does have a purpose. And it's just
Yeah.
really nice to talk about this kind of stuff with you guys because I can't just sit here and talk about herbs and powders with anybody. So it's just nice.
Right.
Moringa
Yeah.
powder I used to take a lot because it's super high in iron.
Yeah.
So I add it into my smoothies, but now I just prefer adding more fresh greens, so lots of cruciferous veggies. So I haven't been using it, but it's excellent for women, especially during the period.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
had some in a smoothie mix, and then they discontinued the mix, so I haven't had it since, but I felt so good with that smoothie powder. It was so energizing, and I felt really good after using it.
Mm.
I might get some again.
Hey, Marabella, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
So you said you were fully raw for 2 years, right?
Yes.
And what was the timing that you said, okay, I'm gonna go high raw?
Yeah, so I guess it was the end of 2024, and I just started having it was really cold here. I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I was really cold. And so I would do my raw all day, and then it was kind of like a comfort to have raw food as my family was, or cooked food as my family was having cooked food. And it gave me kind of just a more relaxed feel, I guess. And I just felt more cozy. And so I've just been doing that ever since. So it was more that connection with my family because they were having it. So I would have different than that. We would have some of the foods the same, but they would have different foods, but theirs was cooked. And it just made it more cozy for me, I guess.
Wow, that's great. Excellent.
Yeah.
But 2 years, I mean, because I mean, no one around you were raw vegan, right?
No, nobody.
Wow.
No one.
Did you feel like you were gonna stick with raw vegan for the rest of the year? Because 2 years is a long
Yes.
time.
Yes. When I went into doing raw, I had tried to go raw a couple years before. Like I would try and then I would fall off and then I would try and I would fall off. So in 2022, I made the intention to stay raw. That's why I just woke up and went raw and just kept going forward. And yes, I eventually got used to cooking for my family, cooking something different, making something different for myself. And I just love to serve them and like cook for them, but I didn't eat their food. And they came around to that. They would say, "Oh, you're making this, but you can't have this." Or they'd tease me sometimes. "See this, what we're having, you can't have it." And they would just be real playful with me. So yeah, it was definitely a learning experience, and it was so much about self-love for myself, like making something for me that I would take the time to eat, not just eat what they're having. And I think it was a really good example for them too, because during this time, my son, he changed his diet a little bit too on his own, and I think I was a good example for him. So yeah, it was powerful, super powerful. I'll go back to raw. I'll go back to 100% raw too at some point.
Oh, okay. And what was the difference you noticed that when you started to include cooked food?
I guess I would feel definitely it slowed me down a little. Like when I said that cozy feeling just made me a little bit more tired in the evening. Kind of feeling a little bit more connected. We're eating a little bit of the same thing, the cooked vegetables, connection, felt so connected to my family, a little bit more cozy, a little bit more sleepy, I guess. Definitely I feel a difference between the raw and the cooked, where the raw is so energizing and lively, kind of a more grounded feeling, I guess you could say, feeling a little bit more grounded during the winter months. And then I don't necessarily eat cooked every single night. A lot of times I'll do raw all day, but sometimes I'll have like the cacao, my cashew milk is warmed up, so that I consider to be like not raw. And so sometimes I'll have, and even like when I have my matcha, it's with water that I've boiled, so I consider that kind of cooked as well. So I don't always have like a meal that is cooked, but I'll have like a few things like the tea or the matcha, because I'll warm up my cashew milk.
Oh, lovely. Thank you for sharing, Marabella.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah. And Miranda, did you also try 100% raw? Because you were talking about it, right?
I haven't. I think probably in the summertime, because we have so much local fruits and veggies that I feel like it would not only be more enjoyable but just more plausible because it's warmer. And it gets very cold where I live. Like right now it's like I don't even know. But it's November and it gets pretty cold, and just like Marabella was saying, it's cozy, it's nice, it's warm, and I like to enjoy my food with my family as well. And I am the chef of my family, so they're not vegan by any means, like, so, but my mom is mostly, and my sister is like mostly vegetarian. So they're open and they're gonna eat what I make and they're gonna enjoy it and I'm gonna eat it too. So I've never personally went fully raw. But I do have days in the summertime that I am like basically mostly like she said I would definitely like boil water and have it. So I wouldn't consider that raw. But I have like fruit all day and like have a smoothie and then maybe have like a salad at night or something like that. So most of the time I'm not raw, but sometime like during the summer. And maybe like one day, I think like when we have like, I want to have a plot of land and I want to grow my own food. So I feel like when I'm at that point of establishment, I will definitely do that because I'll just be eating from my fruit cheese all day long. So there's no need to cook.
Do you all have a dehydrator?
Oh yeah, I have one.
You do. Marabella, oh, you
I
don't?
do not. No, I need to
Wow.
get one. Yeah, I don't.
Oh my God. And you stayed on raw vegan for 2 years?
Yes.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yes.
For me, you can see my dehydrator on top of my fridge. And that definitely made a huge difference. I mean, I was 100% raw at time I only got it 2 years ago. So like almost 20 years I had, I was on raw food, without any dehydrator. But it does help a lot. It's more fun. I think there's more varieties. And especially during winter time, it helps so much. Like also with my cafe, I use dehydrator a lot. It makes it easier to make more variations. But yeah, it helps especially during summertime. And then for nuts, I like to soak and dehydrate, so I can keep it for a long period of time and make it easier to use. How do you use nuts, Marabella? Do you soak your nuts?
So I will just put them on a salad a lot of times. I'll have like seeds, nuts. I go through periods of time of having nuts and then not having nuts. Sometimes I'll have like a nut butter or a peanut butter and I'll have that with an apple or in my smoothies sometimes. And I have in my protein powder that I use now, it's pumpkin seed and sunflower seed and I really 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 like that. So I'll have nuts that way. I haven't eaten nuts just plain in a really, really long time. I go through.
You don't soak them?
No.
Okay, you don't see the difference.
I don't think I've ever soaked them. I've never tried.
I always soak my nuts overnight. I mean, depending what I'm making. Like I like to make like a pesto, and I soak the pumpkin seeds and cashews together overnight, and then I just blend that up with like lemon juice and basil.
Yeah,
It's so good. It is so good. You can add an extra yumminess and with like an avocado in that as well.
Yeah, I get I get kind of I don't do much of a planning. So like if you soak, then you have to prepare in a day in advance, right? Miranda, when you do it, and sometimes I just in the spur of the moment, it's like, oh, I just want to make this, and if I don't have the soaked nuts, then I have to do it tomorrow. But tomorrow I might not want to eat the same thing. So that's why I like to soak my walnuts and dehydrate it, and then I can use it in any time. But walnuts is the only one I pretty much use nowadays. So yeah, that's the only thing I always soak.
I've soaked cashews when I made my homemade cashew milk. So definitely that. And when I've made my pizza crust, I've had to soak nuts for that. But I don't do that regularly. But the cashew milk, I love to do. I do that quite often.
Nice. Oh yeah, Skye, I have a question for you. the breakfast bowl that you made. So I saw that the chia seeds that you put it on top, that those are not they're whole chia seeds, right? It's not powdered.
Yeah, just whole chia seeds.
Okay, it's just you just leave it kind of crunchy.
Yeah, just like a crunchy texture.
Nice.
What I do notice about doing like the high omega-3 and all of that ground is when I don't grind is I don't feel as dehydrated or stuck. Like I feel like when you grind, I feel everything really stuck. More so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
I
so
go,
wait,
yeah.
you like, recently you don't make it into powder?
No, I do. But that versus if I use some oil, it's like always the caveats, right? Is how bad is the caveat? Are you going to stay doing it? And yes, there's benefits, but overall, I really struggle to do the high omega-3s without coconut water to keep me hydrated, because you get very dry. And then that becomes a problem because it is very sweet. And I noticed when I got rid of that and started to do just celery, cucumber all day, is my body composition is a lot better. I'm not as hydrated. Of course, having something like coconut water is probably the most hydrating food. But it's all like what I want to suggest is whatever anybody decides to do is you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just everyone's body responds differently. Some people have to soak their nuts. Some people don't. Some people can still get benefits from chia and flax without grinding. Maybe grind some, don't grind all, use a bit of flax oil. Don't just be like flax oil is not bad. It's like, well, can I have half a teaspoon? You're still getting a huge amount of omega-3 fatty acids. Like play around with it because you can get yourself in a situation where you just start seeing all the problems. And that's bringing an old mindset in. So it's also like talking about the maca powder is I do believe on a raw food diet is we're becoming more of the animals we were always meant to be, in that there'll be periods where we really want maca powder and other times where we really don't want it. It doesn't mean it's like I was just looking at the benefits of the maca powder, and there's like quite a lot of them. So you've got there's a unique phytochemical there called a macamide and a macaines, and they help with the endocrine system, very similar to things like cacao and cannabis in the endocannabinoid system. Now, this is just one part. It goes on. There's steroids, there's glucosinolates, there's adaptogen action on the hypothalamic, pituitary, adrenal axis. There's amino acids, there's minerals, there's antioxidants, there's mitochondrial support. But what can happen is we think we need everything, right? We think we need maca powder. We think we need 10 other like vitamins, minerals, and then someone can get quite sick from it. We're better off being like, I notice actually the maca powder, I seem to want more in summertime. I don't know why, when you would think maca is warming, but I just go with it. My greatest suggestion is whether you go raw or high raw, eat what you're drawn to, because essentially I feel like that's what we're training our bodies to do, right? Is we're training it like, because everything that isn't fresh is essentially not raw. It's just to what extent somebody wants to classify. If like I like to go through stages where I have some peanut protein. It's just peanuts defatted, ground up, and there's nothing else in it. And the same with hemp. It's just the hemp defatted and ground up. But just say I wanted more and I eventually went to something like tofu. Is that much different? Like anything in a packet to me is really like, you're treading like a fine line. But then I classify someone as raw vegan, like who doesn't eat anything cooked. As in like you don't particularly cook your food and eat it. I start classifying people as frugivore. This is my interpretation. Frugivores and fruitarians when everything is fresh. Like they're just having fruit, fresh veg. And I think raw as in
honestly this food is fully raw or no, it's definitely debatable. For example, like 21 years ago, natto was definitely not a category of raw vegan. But now I feel like this raw vegan range is expanding a lot more. Like natto powder is it's fermented, but it's cooked and fermented, and it's definitely well welcomed in raw vegan world nowadays, but it wasn't back then. So anyway, it's what
It's like that living food aspect, right? So the person isn't like eating the hot cooked soybeans. They're letting the soybeans cool and basically being overtaken by bacteria till they transform into something else. So like I don't have a lot of fermented foods having the histamine issues. There are some questions here I'll go through soon as well about histamines and stuff. But I think this is, and everyone's open to, you choose your own interpretation. Mine is if I start having like air fried or boiled pumpkin on top of my salad, I would go, yeah, I'm high raw. But or even cooked tofu. But I don't know. I said I don't have a lot of fermented foods, but I think the classification is these foods are transformed into something else, into like, because there's raw vegan and there's living foods. And that is like, they kind of mush over a bit, right? But they're that living food aspect where a lot of people who do this a long time don't choose to now have partially digested cooked food, but they have partially digested living foods like, the miso and the sauerkraut. But I say like the only way to survive on this is to do, like, you make your own interpretation. If you feel comfortable, even if you're having like once, I know someone like Ted Carr has mono meals of pumpkin and he calls himself fruitarian. He is fruitarian, that is fruit, do whatever suits you.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You come up with your own interpretation, be happy with what you eat, and just embrace your journey. Yeah.
So I was going to say, when I went raw vegan, I feel like I did literally go overnight, but I do want to say that that's in my mind, right? But in truth, I got there because I went paleo, and when I look back at paleo, that was essentially cutting out everything processed, and that was a huge step for me, and that was in 2018. I did notice benefits doing that. Then I went vegan. I was very sick when I went vegan. Did I notice benefits? No. I felt my conscience good, like as in I wasn't eating anything with a face. But as for my health, but I was very sick. My blood work actually got worse, even though I had a nutritionist. I was in hospital. But these are all steps of me moving forward. And then when I started just eating the food fresh, I felt completely different. And in doing that, I didn't want symptoms anymore. If I ate cooked, I had symptoms. If I didn't, there was no symptoms. So that was my choice. But that doesn't mean I didn't make mistakes. I don't think many, though. I think like eating sauerkraut from a can, if that's, or lentils from a can or something when I first went raw. Plus it took me, I think, a few weeks to come off coffee completely. But I think like most people I feel the brain is very good at, I'm going to just get rid of, everything that's even remotely cooked, like, nori sheets, and I'm going to get rid of salt, and I'm going to get rid of spice, and I'm going to get like really extreme. I don't necessarily think that's like a naive thing. I think that's like part of the body, like doing a huge reset. I don't know how deep everyone went. I think Kiko, you went pretty deep. Marabella, you, I think, went deep as well, where the brain is literally like, I am only going to do this for the rest of my life. Get to a point of mostly mono meals. There will be, but I don't believe it's like an ignorance thing. I believe it's like the mind and the body and soul want a complete reset. And once you've reset in that like more fruitarian, very light raw space, I do believe you then can come out the other side and you get to pick. And I say that to people is go raw as you feel comfortable. You get to know yourself. It's not so much about what did I fix. I feel like I fix things based on the fact that my mental health got better, my soul got better, and just you're eating so light, so your health gets better. But then you start to question, and now as we're all talking about, we're all wanting things to like add in to build ourselves up. Because you were talking about, Kiko, about how, Marabella, did you think you'd always be raw? I thought I'd be at some point just living off mono meals. Like that was not even that long ago. And so, but I do think the mind does that as like a gift to like kind of reset the body. What's everyone's there?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it might not be the same topic as you mentioned. But while I was traveling with my clients, basically I have when I go to grocery stores, I just go to produce section, right? And I don't go to like package section. But because I was traveling with my clients, a week away from my home, I was exploring, as I was mentioning about this green powder form that I say, this is, for me to have more greens in my, my travel time. It was just easier for me and sustainable. So I included this one. And there's another thing I found in the grocery store while I was traveling. So here in Japan, we eat a lot of different kind of seaweed. And this is kombu. Kombu, how do you call it in English? You might call it in the same way.
I think kombu. It's like
Kombu.
that's how you make kombucha, right?
No. Kombucha has nothing to do with seaweed. Kombucha is
It's fermented.
right.
Okay, no, then I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, so this is so do you know how the kombu looks like? Let me show you how it looks like as a raw form. Give me a second. I know I have the kombu.
I never heard of any other seaweed. Just seaweed. Yeah. Or like
I bet there have to be like tons. So Marabella, somebody here, I don't know, do you know someone called pickle juice?
I don't think so.
Someone keep writing Marabella, look at the chat.
That's so funny.
I know, there's lots here. Please don't ignore me. Oh God, please don't ignore me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God.
Hi. I don't know. I mean, I probably do
What
know
a
them.
fan. What made you day? I love that.
That's so funny. Thank you for that.
That's all right. There's a few more questions here, but go for it. Oh, hang on, let me bring you up on the screen here.
I can't really
Kiko.
see the chat.
No, we'll bring her up.
Sorry.
Oh, I moved the chat off the screen because it was all over Miranda's
Kiko,
face.
is it dry?
Oh, wow.
It's kombu. So I was trying to find this kombu. So it's usually big. It's like, it's big, and I just cut it so it's easier to blend it. But so basically this becomes this. So,
Why is it a different color? Oh, it's a powder. Oh my God, no wonder I thought it was kombucha. I thought it was like the mother. I'm like, it was like clear.
okay, sorry. I'll bring. It's not a powder. It's shredded.
Oh,
This
wow.
is making more sense now.
Wow.
Oh.
I have never seen that.
I want that.
Me too.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I gotta go to my local Asian market. They probably have that.
Yeah.
So this is super good, but you have to be very careful because most of the products like this, they add it with like sugar and all other things. This is just vinegar. I don't know why they have to add vinegar, but basically, yeah, they just shred this kombu like this. And
so here's a whole lot when I type in kombu. Does that help people?
Oh my gosh, we have that at the beach that I go to. This shows up on the shore at the beach, but I don't eat it because I don't know.
Oh my God, I think it does. Yes, it does. Someone told me to make a salad from it, and I thought they were joking, but maybe.
No, me too. You can
Oh,
eat
wow. I can start a kombu shop.
Wow.
So good. So
I'm gonna collect it.
I just add it into my salad, but on its own it's really good. So it's very mild.
So it's kelp. It says kombu kelp in all of these.
Yeah.
Kelp seaweed or kelp and seaweed the same thing?
Well, so you get kelp noodles, right? So, but kelp noodles, I don't know how we got to the stage of thinking that kelp noodles are raw. So kelp noodles are made because they steam kelp, and all the sludge that comes off the kelp forms like more sludge, and they shape the sludge into like kelp shaped noodles. And then I think the reason they're classified as raw, it's like most raw foods, is it's not, you can eat them without heat applied. You can just put the lemon and baking soda, but essentially to make the actual kelp noodles, you get kelp, and how they clean it is they steam it.
Yeah, we
But
have like so many kinds of seaweeds, and it's interesting that this is becoming, like seaweed is becoming so popular in, outside of Japan, because like a decade ago, Westerner couldn't digest this seaweed because it was not part of your diet, right? It's not in your DNA easily.
And microbiome.
Yeah, but here in Japan, we eat it in so many different ways, and I think researchers found out like why Japanese are so healthy and have like really good hair. Like we have a very like nowadays our diet has changed, but before like I remember Japanese people hair was like they were like always shiny and full of hair. Yeah.
My parents, they would make sushi when I was young, when I was a kid. And
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's rare.
So I actually I've had nori since I was a young child. So I've always loved it, and I eat it all the time. And I'm surprised I haven't heard of this kombu. I feel like I've seen it at the Asian markets. I feel like I've seen it, but you kind of get what you need there, and I could spend hours in there looking, but sometimes I just come in, get what I need and leave. But I'll have to go and explore it and see if they have that without any added salt or sugar, maybe, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
I sometimes think in westernized countries, they're more than likely going to call it kelp just because of sales purposes, like as in like they're not going to call it kombu unless you go to the Asian market.
Yeah.
But the reason we all need all of these things is these foods are so high in minerals, and we're all mineral deprived. So people like getting beautiful hair and shiny hair is because of all those minerals in food. When I first went raw, I loved getting the Dulse, not the Dulse flakes, but the Dulse, what are they called? Just like the normal Dulse leaf. It's called Dulse leaf. And putting it in my salad because it's chewy like a noodle. Like I love the big chunky pieces of Dulse. I haven't done it in a while because Dulse is very seaweedy. Oh, let me bring you up. It's very oceany. Like the whole meal will taste oceany. Is that Dulse?
I like that.
Wow.
I don't know. This is what I found. This is here. Hold on.
Oh,
Like
wow.
that.
Yeah, Dulse. Yes.
I've literally seen this at the beach.
Have you not had Dulse? Dulse is more purple, and that is because it's very high in iodine, right? But it's also just the photosynthesis that occurs. The seaweed sits at different levels, and basically the colors that are shown in the seaweed are representative, like their photosynthesis, right?
They say you can make raw vegan bacon from it.
That would be a good one, yeah. You definitely can.
Can you make bacon from Dulse? And you can make. It's good for the metabolism, nervous system, supporting bone and immune system health.
I might have some tonight. Let me grab mine. I've got mine here. The one that I like, because I've got Dulse flakes and hang on a sec. Why did that do that? Hang on. Where did you go? Add to stage. There we go.
Mercury retrograde.
Oh my goodness.
Why is that not minimized? There we go. Let me grab.
Oh, and while she's grabbing, Arame, so creative Heart was mentioning certain thing you have to be mindful. This arame is one of the seaweed, and yeah, this has a lot of iodine. So even in Japan, like we don't eat it that much.
Hang
but
on.
anyway, yeah, it's
okay. All right, so there's two types. This to me is very boring, but you can use it. It's like they're like flakes. Oh my God, the smell, it's so strong. So they're just like flakes. Can you see like little?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So just like little, oh my God, I've spilt it. They're like just little dulse flakes, okay?
Right.
And they're purple, but they're very strong. This one, so this is called dulse leaf. And this is very exciting because
Yes.
Oh, wow.
put it in water and you'll get a lot of this. And you want to look for shells and stuff too, which I know doesn't sound very vegan, but it really to me shows the practices of like it's not very processed. So you would get this, soak it, and it turns into like chewy noodles. So when I make my dressing for my salad, and then I get a big chunky salty noodle, I used to have this lots, which and it expands quite, not as massive as sea moss, like the sea moss gel, but it does make beautiful. I actually think these are nicer noodles than kelp noodles.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, and they're not, to me, this one does not smell like, this one is like really, this is very dry. That one you rehydrate, and yeah, it's like, I used to do a lot. I've got actually on my website at Raw Skye, so ROARSKYE. There's a few salads in there where I've done like them. You've got those in it, but there's like in the actual salad sauce, there's like mango, so you get like sweet, salty.
I love seaweed. I need to do it.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
So other than when I'm strict to heal something, Koala Mama said, I'm fully raw. I usually will eat steamed veg for 3 holiday dinners each year so I can relax. Enjoy. And I think people have to make their own way, like as in you've got work to do if you spend your raw life getting angry at other people. Like you're not focused on you. Like the best thing you can do is any extra energy you're getting is just focus on how you can look after yourself more, because that's the whole point of all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the reasons that I will cook different things for my family than what I eat is because I went raw after already cooking them the food they like. So instead of taking away what they like, I just add in the vegetables. I add in the salad, I add in the raw or add in the cooked vegetables, just switching them a little bit to where they don't really realize it. Or maybe maybe like for lunch, like I would give my son like a half a watermelon instead of like sandwich chips, whatever, and just do like in small increments. And then they would start to ask for certain things too that they like, certain type of vegetable, or I'd give them a choice like, oh, we're having this tonight. What do you want your side to be? Or, you know, what do you want in your salad tonight, to try to get them like incorporated and helping out too. So yeah.
I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Miranda,
Yeah.
you can Kiko, you can host for a second. 1 sec.
Yeah, Marabella, you're just such a gentle and sweet mother. I mean, that's the best way. Then here, this is the salad that you're gonna eat, and nothing else. I think I've done it for my husband. Like, I just I was like, why don't you want to eat this whole bowl, big bowl of salad? I mean, this is so good. And my husband, even though he loves big salad, he does like salad, but not just that big quantity. So I do cook. I have salad, but I prepare for him as well. But I cook for him as well, just because I mean, you don't want to turn people off by what you like, but we have a different journey. So
they try to be polite, but then at the end of the day, if they don't eat dinner, they'll get grouchy.
Right. So did your family change the way they eat, or were they influenced somehow by how you eat?
Yeah, they definitely will eat. They will ask for their favorite vegetable, what they would like. And my husband's really good about eating. He'll eat anything that I make him. And so since he's so giving, so then I try to incorporate something that he would like too. But like he'll bring home produce and things like that instead of bringing home like chips and candy, because our work is right next door to an Asian store, so there's a lot of different types of produce there. So he definitely like will bring he brought me like a bouquet of huge green onions before, or like a huge box of red leaf lettuce. So yeah, definitely they're shifting in their own way, in their own time, for sure.
I mean, that's a huge change from a bag of chips,
Yeah,
bouquet of produce.
yeah.
That's so sexy.
Right? I love it. Makes me so
It is.
happy.
How did we get here? What's sexy? What is this?
Getting
What are you doing,
produce,
Kiko? I'm gone. And
Getting
you're like,
produce.
what are you doing?
getting produce as a gift instead of
Come
like
say hi.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He wants
hi,
to say hi.
husband.
This
Hi.
is Will, but you have to bend down.
Oh, hi.
Yay.
Sweet husband.
Cinnamon
Skye,
cashews.
Kiko, and Miranda.
There you go. You're part of
Reading
the raw.
cashews.
Cinnamon cashews.
Yum. Thank you.
Oh,
yum.
so beautiful.
Yummy.
Thanks for coming.
He just
to-
walked in the door right at the right moment.
Oh. And munching his cashews, not chips. That's
Right.
that's
Yes.
Skylar is my fiance. He one Christmas bought me a whole 10-pound box of dates for Christmas.
Yay.
Oh, wow. What a
And mangoes too. I'm like, this is perfect. Like, you know me so well.
Yes. So perfect. I love
I
it.
used to, when I first went raw, is I'd come over to my car and Dad would leave pomegranates on my car
Oh, that's
as a
sweet.
gift.
It's
That
so
should make me very happy.
So sweet.
Yes. So I wanted to. There's some. Okay. Back to some of these questions. So, do you all notice any benefits on your hormones? I would just say when it comes to this is with maca powder, is I have never taken it long enough, but when I sporadically take it, my mood is just, I'm just happier. So you guys go.
Oh wait,
Who-
Skye, do you actually like the taste of maca?
No.
Okay.
No. So no, like it's not something, but I can, like putting it in the smoothie, as in like the smoothie bowl, like just putting a whole lot of stuff in there and then mixing it with fruit, and you've got chunks of fudge and all sorts. You cannot taste it. But no, when I first started trying it, I was trying to put a couple teaspoons in back then I was having like cacao drinks often, and it just ruined the drink for me. So no.
Yeah, that
personally do
explains that you just do it time to time, right? If you like it, you would be adding it every day.
I think there's more to us liking it than we realize. I don't think it's the same as when you're living off processed food and you try it something healthy and you're really adverse to it. But that's even because it's usually so bitter that it's too much for the body to detox all that at once. Basically, it's like the something bitter makes the body purge. It's what like we're like that, and the body essentially is doing that, and we are so disconnected, we just don't think like that. So it's like why I think leveling up to, unless you have stage 4 something, like just go along and like keep trying to include better choices slowly, because we can get real. You don't want to get that adverse reaction and be like, I'm never having it again.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, Miranda, go ahead.
I noticed that there was a short period of time where I had pretty like low libido and like just low energy, and I'm like, okay, well, I was just doing a little research and like what herbs or whatever I can add in, and that definitely helps out. It's really good for like lowering your cortisol and improving like your stress management as well, which can increase your mood, increase your libido, and it does help with like PMS symptoms as well. So not like I have a lot of that, to be honest, but I know that some of my audience, like they asked me about that because I used to have like really bad PMSs and bloating, and herbs are really good for that, including maca. So that's really good. And yeah, I mean, I personally do enjoy the taste. I wouldn't just eat it straight though. Like I like to combine it with like really sweet or like creamy, like the coconut or like strawberry. I feel like those are like a coconut strawberry maca is perfect with some dates. Like I wouldn't eat it just on its own and maybe like make it into a drink or maybe make like Marabella, you said you have it like a protein powder. You could like incorporate that into like a protein powder mix or like a hormone powder mix or like something when you feel like you need a little extra boost. You know, I don't feel like I always need it. Like I haven't had it in like a few months. I had it like almost every day this past spring and summer. So like I feel like we do go just through things that we want and then yeah, but I definitely noticed good things, like good mood, good hormones, and I'll definitely get back into it. I feel like when I don't have smoothies every day recently. I've been having like more just like fruit and like smoothie bowls. But in the summertime, I basically make a smoothie every single day. So I guess it's just easier. It's just easy
Yeah,
to eat
definitely.
the maca in the smoothie. So that's probably why.
Miranda, did you just say, well, earlier you said audience instead of followers?
Well,
Is that
well, yeah, audience followers, I guess. Yeah,
no?
I
I love it. I love that. Yeah, I love it that you say audience than followers because followers like we don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
no,
I really enjoy. I really like that.
no, I mean,
Voice
Kiko,
of
thank you for saying that because I think that same thing. Like, you know, followers, it makes me seem like I'm on a pedestal and like they're following me, blah, 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 blah. And I don't really want to think like that because I kind of used to be like, oh my gosh, my followers this, my followers that. And like, it's like their like my audience, like they're just
yeah.
kind of experiencing my life with me. So that's kind of how
Yeah,
I would say
I
the verbiage is important. The way that we speak about others and about
Mhm.
ourselves can shape the way that we think about ourselves. So, like, if we always talk about followers as we can kind of elevate our ego a little bit, not even really.
definitely.
So you got to kind of stay a little humble. But yeah.
Thank you. I really
Yes.
appreciate that choice of words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did anyone else notice any hormone benefits from having
I
maca? Has anyone had it consistently enough to state?
No.
I don't really, not
I
as,
have no, I think what works for me the best is definitely, adding more greens in anywhere.
Yeah.
That I think
Mm.
greens is like
Yes.
really the key in anything. It's just they're also food combining, right? And you have to be careful not to mix too much of fat and sugar. But
Mm-hmm.
greens can go anywhere. Like there's no um, negative effect in adding greens in anything that you make. It's just the question of making it more, taste good, appealing for people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to hormones, I have to say overeating and combining too much sweet with fat are probably my worst enemies.
Mhm.
And what helps stabilize all of that consistently, as you can see, everything I have in my hands is green. Is like greens seem to be like just my stabilizer. And I know they're not traditionally like a ton of kale or something, but anything green seems to keep me. And it kind of like when you think about like the colors of food is they are bright, right? So they are going to do a lot. Like it doesn't necessarily just mean that it's all positive. Like it's like they have a big effect. So you put watermelon juice and cashew cream together and you've got a disaster. Overeat it and it's and people wonder, like, and I just noticed, and I hear Cara Brotman talk about it too when she has too much sugar because she does a higher fat diet. She's like, oh, I had to pull back. It's like, I find it's like just working on that level, keeping myself stable is much better than thinking I need to get a ton of things in or even combining. That to me is something that really plays around because to me, my hormones represent really the state of my body, how well my body's functioning. So
Yeah. I've been craving greens a lot lately too. So much so that I started doing spinach or lettuce in my green smoothie, in my green juice smoothie, which I never used to do. And then also adding like a green powder, the Garden of Life Perfect Food green powder, which I even just can open the canister and smell it, and I feel so good. I'll have it just in water. I'll throw it in a smoothie. Anywhere I can put it, I put it. I love it so much. And I feel like it's like detoxifying me, or
Could you link that below?
yes, absolutely.
Because I am definitely a person who needs to eat more greens. Even being like a vegan, high raw, I definitely eat more fruit than I do eat veggies. So I definitely appreciate you guys probably eating like 3 times more greens than I do. And I do eat more like around my period, you know, for like iron and stuff. But I feel like being more consistent probably would be good because we need veggies. I eat so much fruit, but I'm always lacking in veggies. Like I do eat like peas or broccoli or like asparagus and stuff at night, or have like some spinach throughout the day, but I don't always do that. So if I could just like maybe throw something in like a powder,
Yeah.
that'd be good. Probably for me, I could put it in a fruit smoothie and I'll still get enough greens. That'd be good. As long as it doesn't have a lot of kale in it. Like my body, I don't know what it is with kale. I feel like I always get bloated when I eat kale. I don't know what it is. It's just a lot. And I like spinach. I do fresh spinach in my smoothies, but
Mhm.
I tried fresh kale in smoothies and it just, I don't know. My digestion, it kind of gets gurgly when I do that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it.
Kale,
Can I
I can when it's like fresh and not. I have trouble with kale sometimes too. Like I think it blocks me up, but maybe in this freeze dried or however they make the powder, it doesn't affect me like that. But definitely fresh kale does
Yeah.
something to my system as well. I have a hard time with that.
I'll be
it can
interested.
bulk your way up.
Yeah, I will be really interested now that we have social media and there's going to be people younger who have been doing raw food a lot longer into menopause, and you know, you're high raw when you do menopause and stuff. I'm really interested to see, because I actually believe that if I was younger and I didn't ever have many health problems, is more than likely I would probably be living off fruit as well. I see a lot of people before they hit, especially perimenopause, it's like, because you've got all your hormones in place, right? As long as you're fueling your body will run very efficiently. And I just noticed that there's a lot of people who are a lot younger who can literally just live off fruit. And then there's this age, and I think it'll be really interesting when you see people who have been doing it a longer period of time now, like, and they probably will even be able to go into perimenopause a lot longer on fruit, if not menopause, because they've fueled their body efficiently. Like a lot of people don't find this lifestyle until they're older. And then, so Kiko, did you used to do more fruit? Because even someone like Cara Brotman says she used to do lots of fruit and now she just can't do it. She's just someone who's come to mind because she is on the media. But you've been doing it for 20 years. What were you different?
Yeah, I think I was this year. I definitely include a lot more greens, and yeah, I was just enjoying the fruit itself. Like now, my fruit counter is actually on the other side, so you don't get to see how much kaki I have. But I have like a whole box of like lots of kaki, and that's I would eat like 5-6 kakis. But I always make sure that I eat the huge quantity of green smoothies. So before I just eat fruits in the morning and that's it. But I do notice that green smoothies is, I don't know exactly what it is, but I do feel much better adding greens. I do eat a huge bowl of salad as my main meal, but I realized it wasn't enough. So yeah,
Are those persimmons, Kiko?
yeah.
Yum.
Nice. Those are good.
I can't wait
We
for
have
this to
different
come here.
varieties here. So yeah, I definitely indulge myself. I'm gonna cut some and eat while I talk here.
I've been having tons of apples lately, lots and lots and lots of apples. So I'll have fruit, and then I'll have my green juice, and then I'll have my salad. Or if I'm going to have cooked, then that later. But I can have fruit, but then sometimes I'll go days without it. Like I'll have a lot and then no more fruit for a while.
Yeah.
I made an apple and carrot juice. I love carrot juice. I'm sure I've talked about it.
Yeah.
It's like a newfound love for me. Like you guys' green juice is like my carrot juice, it seems like. I don't know if this would be a good combo. It might kind of make it not pretty in color. But if I do like a carrot green juice, I mean,
Yum. Yes.
is it good?
Yes.
Never had that.
It's good because I've made carrot juice and then made green juice like right after or vice versa. And there's a little bit mixture of the two and it was yummy.
I feel like what would be really good is to do like a apple, cucumber, carrot, and like spinach or something like that.
Mm.
Just like maybe a little bit of sweetness because I need that.
Mm-hmm.
But about this question, wild yam cream.
Oh, I was just sorry, because we were talking about hormones, and I use bioidentical hormones, and I've had a full hysterectomy, but I do not like progesterone, never have, as in progesterone, as in the whole picture of hormone replacement therapy. But I do like wild yam cream. Anna's wild yam cream I use. I can't say that it's like the same as bioidentical hormones, but I can say it feels like I get an extra hug each day. So estrogen can be very protective, but very stimulating. So how gynecologists used to speak to me about progesterone and estrogen is like your upper, your feel good. You're like, if you were to talk about it in terms of like kind of drugs, it's almost like a stimulant on the system, right? But that can cause excess things like anxiety, feeling on edge, all those type of things. Progesterone in a system is the depressant. If you were to talk about it in drug terms, it'd be like the Valium, the calmative, but that can have that essence of depression with it. So you notice people, the gynecologist used to say to me, people who have higher levels of estrogen usually have anxiety disorders. That's the way they go. If you have a high level of progesterone, lower of estrogen, you'll find these people have depressive type disorders. So to have them in balance is to feel like a whole human being, to have like a healthy human being, but to have cycles, you would know when you're feeling like, wound up and jittery. And usually when you're ovulating, women don't sleep as well because their estrogen's high. And then when the estrogen crashes, a lot of people talk about this depressive side of it, especially estrogen's dropped as you go into you start bleeding. So they used to always talk about it in that. But having the disease I used to have a very high level of estrogen. And anytime you start to decrease it or put progesterone in, I just have problems. And I found that for me, wild yam cream is like a nice solution. Do I think it's the whole solution? Like if somebody is like really out of balance and they just can't balance, I don't think so. But that's my take. If you want a little bit of, if you want support, I always find like all this is continual support. And if you put enough support in, you're fine. Like as you go through, some people might use some maca powder, ashwagandha, or they might just find eating less fat, or there's all different ways to support yourself. And I find I don't ever think that any of these things are like a full-on fix. They're just more support for your system. So that's what I found with Anna's wild yam cream. I used to use it morning and night. I just use it at night now because it does help with a bit of sleep. But when I didn't have the estrogen in, it was knocking me out. I did not like that at all.
Is it topical, like a moisturizer?
Yes. It's just yam cream, which is concentrated.
I thought it was like blended up sweet potato or something like that. Yam. I thought it was like something that you eat, but as you were talking about it, that's interesting.
Sorry, I should have been more.
So my mom's going through menopause right now. Would it be good for her, like, to have that, to do that, to use that on herself?
For sure. Just get a good, as they're saying here, get a good quality one. I saw some comments here because you need the concentrate in it. But yeah, and a lot of women. So when I was, was part of a retreat. I did some talks at a retreat and with a naturopath, and a lot of women stay high raw during menopause because the sweet potatoes. They want that support for like progesterone in their system. And yams, I don't exactly know the pathway works, but that is supposed to be really supportive. And the wild yam cream is like, what's her name? Barbara O'Neill. Barbara O'Neill?
Yes, naturopath.
She's speaks about it very highly. A lot of women also start using it when they're going into perimenopause, and their period will come back, or they will notice, like, girls use it as well if they have irregular cycles, Miranda. So a lot of girls who have like chronic acne, they don't sleep properly, or they're just had a whole lot, but you have to use it with the cycle. If your mum's still having her cycle, you need to use it like 21 days on, and then 6, 7, 20, is it 20? Yeah, 21.
No,
and then
no, she's not. She had
Yeah.
this with me because of like fibroid cysts. So like she had
Right.
to, her body like was kind of ejected into that. So it was,
that's rough. I don't know if she's on hormone support.
she's very natural when it comes to things. So she does like essential oils, and she takes like the vegan like omegas, and she like the black cohosh and like stuff like that. But this is something that might be really good. And it says it's good for like menstrual cramps or muscle cramps, PMS, and like, but that's good because I have a lot of young women on my page, or like in my audience. I have a lot of younger women, like teenage or early 20s, that they have like rough periods and stuff. And you know, I used to have all that, and when I went fruit-based and just in general, like just focus more on like herbs and like eating really well, that's almost gone away completely. So I think this could be really good just to offer, maybe.
Just off the back of that, Miranda, a lot of girls, young girls, have also found a lot of success with seed cycling. Have you heard of this? And also, Miranda, why are you not in our women's health podcast? You can bring a young aspect. They've got us oldies there, but you're nice and young.
I probably should do that. I guess I have so many things on like that's going on. I could, you know, I could do that.
But you can do some. It's kind of going at the moment where some people coming, like it just, you come and go on the months you can. But a lot of women find, young ladies find seed cycling, which I think also moves them away from eating a whole lot of crap into eating a lot better. I think there's twofold.
On my Fruit Fairies chat, some girl actually asked me about that. I never heard of that. I literally thought it was cycling, like as in bicycling. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you bicycling? Like cycling? Like cycling on a bike? This is what I thought.
That's so funny.
I'm like, what are you talking
That will help them too. Exercise is very good for mood. But yeah, if you Google it, you'll get, it's a better explanation. You'll get a lot of,
So I know our phases. So we have the follicular phase, and then, okay, so I guess it's mostly due to the transitional phases, not like the ovulation or menstruation. So it's follicular phase.
It was follicular and luteal.
Yeah, so those are the transitionary phases. So follicular is good to have flax seeds and pumpkin seeds, and luteal phase is sesame seeds and sunflower seeds. But I guess maybe I unconsciously do this because sometimes I don't know where chia seeds might fit in, but I have chia seeds like sometimes in the month, and then I have flax seeds like sometimes in the month. So maybe our body kind of unconsciously does that the way that we need to do it, you know?
But also the difference between chia and flax, a huge difference. Well, it's not massive, but like if you're needing omega-3s, both have omega-3 fatty acids, but one has higher protein profile being chia. And then you've got something like flax, which has more fat. And they're not like dramatic. It's only flax is only like 10% more fat. But if you are that in tune, your body will just request what it needs. You know, if you're not in tune and you're very far away from this lifestyle, it's not going to matter if you do chia or flax, I don't think.
Right.
But you need different things.
So chia seeds also has more fiber in it, which would be good for pre-period because we get, you know, digestive issues and stuff. So
but also estrogen's expelled, hormones are expelled through the gut. So if you get constipated, you just start reabsorbing hormones and get a hormone imbalance. So you need to, especially, you know, when you, like I even remember this, is when you're about to get your period and everything just blocks up.
Yes.
Like it just stops. And then once you get it, it all usually comes out.
Yep, the period.
Yeah. I remember that.
I used to be on birth control for 6 years. When I turned 16, my parents like put me on birth control because I had like a 2-week period. And, you know, I wasn't like eating so well. I was vegetarian, but, you know, still not eating well. And then over time, I got off that like almost 4 years ago, which is crazy. And, at first my period was insane. So I started doing like more seeds. I was on a very low fat diet, and I still am on a low fat diet, but I was on like 5% a day of like my daily calories being fat, which is extremely low. And I was having really bad cramps and really bad PMS. And when I started incorporating like peanut butter powder, and then I did like chia seeds and flax seeds and like stuff, I've noticed that is better, but I can't like do too much. So I've definitely found a good thing with like, I love flax seeds, I love chia seeds, and I love pumpkin seeds. So I actually just recently started eating tahini, and I know that like raw vegans love this. Most of the time, at least what I see, is like tahini, tahini, tahini. And I never really ate tahini. So I just started having that. I would make like a sauce with it, and it's very strong. Like, it is so strong, like a little teaspoon is more than enough. And like, that's the sesame seeds. So that would be good. I could do some seed cycling and see if I notice a difference. Or I know I never heard of that before, like a few months ago. So it's very interesting.
I also think like that the way that fruit is designed, that we would have been getting like mouthfuls of these type of seeds or from seeds in fruit that would help. I was also thinking the other day, how would it be that God was like, you can charge your body on fruit most of your life, but if the body starts to run out, which essentially it does when it goes to menopause, we've got hormones decreasing, enzymes decreasing, oxidation increasing, is I've put things in the seeds to support you, like as in like, and we have to trust in that, like there's times where fruits or even like greens are beneficial, but like the seeds, and I don't think we need a ton, but having some of them is like so beneficial. It would just make sense that the design that we evolve next to is that as women hit this certain age, or men, is like we need to just adjust and try, and whatever we're pulled in to try.
Yeah, and well, if you think about seeds, so we're biologically seed dispersers, if you think about it, like we're going to eat fruit.
Yes, 100%.
So like, we do need some seeds. Like, we don't need an insane amount, like, cups and cups of peanut butter, almond butter, whatever people get a day. So I think it's only natural that we eat them. And I normally don't even have ground seeds. I normally just have flax seeds, or sometimes a powder. Or like, I love chia seeds. Like, I literally eat chia seeds every day. And I've been doing that for like 2 or 3 years. And I don't know, like, I grew my hair out really long, and then I cut it. And then I was trying to experiment to see like how long and how strong I can grow it. And then over the past like 2 years, I've been eating like chia seeds every day, and it grows like really strong, really healthy, and different than it did previously when I had long hair, where it was very it wasn't very shiny or strong. But now that I think I'm incorporating more of that, it's very beneficial. Not just for hair or anything.
100%.
What's your favorite way to incorporate chia seeds? I add it in my green smoothies, and I try to sneak in everywhere. But what's your favorite?
I mean, as you probably already do, you make chia pudding. I do that, and then I literally just put it in smoothies. I mean, I have a smoothie bowl or a smoothie every day, or I make a fruit salad, and I just take a tablespoon of chia seeds and I just put it in there and mix it with a little maple syrup, and then it like sticks onto it. Because if you just put it on without the maple syrup, it kind of just like goes to the bottom. So you got to put something kind of sticky on it. So I do that, or I just like sprinkle it on my fruit, or I dip my banana in like I do like cinnamon sugar with like chia seeds in it, and then I just kind of like do that. I don't know. I just putting it in smoothies. I mean,
yeah, that's I never liked the taste of it before, but now I know how it helps. I mean,
I don't think
high omega-3 fatty acids.
It doesn't really have a taste, though. It's more of a texture. The first time I ever discovered what chia seeds is, I wonder if you guys know of this drink. There's a drink called like Mama Chia, and it was like in this bottle with like a mama on it, and like it was like chia seeds tea. You guys know of that?
I think I've seen it, actually. I think
I was obsessed with this drink. And this is the first time I discovered what chia seeds was. It's basically like it's a chia beverage, omega-3 and probiotic fiber.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
I saw this like at a random gas station when I was like 15, 16. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And then like my digestion was a bit weird for like a day or so because I had so much of this fiber. But then it's really
And the probiotics too. If there's probiotics in there as well, you'd definitely be feeling it.
And like I had this flavor actually, the blackberry hibiscus flavor. It's like hibiscus tea with like blackberry.
Isn't hibiscus tea as well really good for hormones?
Oh my
and
gosh,
menopause?
hibiscus tea is the drink with the most antioxidants on the planet, and is the most hydrating drink other than like coconut water and like regular water. I drink hibiscus tea almost every day. It's the most anti-aging thing you can consume. Really, yes.
Do you mix it with something? Because
It's light pink.
I honestly I can just drink hibiscus tea, but you can mix it with surprisingly lemon juice and maple syrup. Mix that together; it's really good. Or I actually have in the summertime I put it in a. Trust me, this is very good. I put it in a smoothie, so I steep it overnight, or I steep it and then I let it cool in the fridge overnight, and then I soak dates. You can soak dates in the chia.
That's great.
Soak dates in the tea or in the water, and then you do frozen berries with hibiscus tea and dates. It's like a berry antioxidant smoothie that's really refreshing and hydrating. But I just drink it. I just drink it like hot or cold.
It sounds amazing. I have a post, or I posted on my story maybe a week ago, and it was, it's supposed to make you smell good, like from the inside out. So it was hibiscus tea, orange, cinnamon, and clove. And then you boil this and then you strain it, and it's supposed to be like amazing. So I've been wanting to do that. Like it's on my list of things to do this week.
It's very antimicrobial.
Great. No, the recipe Marabella mentioned,
It sounds like it smells really good, like a orange spice candle kind of thing.
Yes.
Cloves are really good for your teeth as well. So like to prevent like infection and like stuff like that. I feel like having that with the hibiscus, because hibiscus is like very highly pigmented, so you kind of have to rinse your mouth out with water. So that might help with that. In general, maybe, I don't know. I think the flavor.
Can I interrupt for a second? Sorry, somebody's got on there. Someone has got someone commenting like not appropriate things. I can't ban them. It has to come from whoever's account. Can somebody, you guys, somebody called Stooping Low, can you eject them? Or ban them?
How would we do it?
I don't know from your side. It's just saying I can't, because I usually can kick people out straight away.
Okay.
But it's saying that it's on somebody else's account. So I can't.
I'll look on
So
it.
you might be able to right click if you can see the comments in your section, or right click.
Okay.
Can you see comments on your end?
Yeah, I can see them.
So
maybe I could go onto my page.
Three little dots. Just click on them and there should be an option. Three little dots. Okay, I'm just going to pull comments down. I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
So I'll pull them down. I just don't know if everybody in the comments who's on YouTube is still getting this person's.
I think he's on mine, so I'm going to try to figure out how to.
So just right click on him. There's three in StreamYard. There's three little dots, but if you're on YouTube, you should just be able to like click any button there and then just ban them.
Okay.
Thank you. So I just pull that down. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. I just interrupted somebody then.
No worries.
Barb's saying she doesn't see the comments, so it may just be coming up on Marabella's. Okay, I've pulled them down off the screen anyway.
So we have the date for next month already, right?
I was going to bring that up because we're coming towards the end. So it's the 8th, or I think it's the 8th in America, maybe the 9th in Australia. Also, happy birthday, Kiko.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Wait, it's your birthday. Was it today or yesterday?
November 9th.
Oh, well, happy birthday. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Gosh.
Thank you. Yeah, every day is a celebration for me. So
Just extra special because you were born.
thank you. Yeah, no, it's so yeah. So do we have the topic for next month?
Yes, Christmas. It's
Oh,
Christmas
yay.
time. We always do. I want to try and always do that. When it's Christmas, we do Christmas, and then when it's Easter. I sometimes go off, but we want to do Christmas because it helps a lot of people. I think a lot of people struggle around that time when when it's Christmas Day. What do I bring? And if we can bring some Christmassy ideas.
Okay, so do December? It's the same time or?
I'll put it in the group chat. Yes, at this stage, it'll be the same time.
Great. Okay. Cool.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you, Skye.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all in some party coming up soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Skye.
Bye.